Hello, good evening. This is John Harvey coming to you from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on a fine Monday evening. I hope everyone has been having a good day and has been able to relax. And that's exactly what I thought I was going to do now and just sit back and take a look at some of the wonderful art on X. That's just the best way that I know how to relax because there's so much beauty here that it's just amazing. So let's go ahead and start and let's take a look and see who we have here. So Sundog, very, very interesting image. Yeah, very street artish and modern at the same time. I love the shaders and the shading that's going on here and the graffiti in the background. Really a beautiful image. So nice job there. And let's see who we have next. Rasmal. Oh, another beautiful image. And this makes the whole day worthwhile, just being able to see wonderful images like this. This is very peaceful looking. This draws the eye, the little river down here into the scene, off into the sunset. And then we have a reflection in the sky, or perhaps a portal to some other dimension opening up here, but very, very nice. Go on to, of course, we have advertising. Lena, this is very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Lena's images, if I remember correctly, have a definite sea vibe to them, and this one is no different, but it's interesting in that we have this wave here, and as you can see, the wave is tiled almost with what looks like stained glass, and that is accentuated by the pebbles and the rocks here on the beach, which also look like they're made of some light emitting material, not quite glass, but something like that. And I just love the colors again. Very, very nice job here. And Miss Joe Doe's. This is definitely interesting, getting us into the Halloween spirit, perhaps. And we have what might be a little demon on a swing, perhaps waiting for the trick and treaters before she pounces. So nice job. And then we have Eric again, and Eric does this amazing work. It's almost a montage of different materials, definitely mixed media, and they're all just so very, very interesting. They make me want to look at the images, little bit by bit. For example, this sector here, just by it's like a little grocery shop almost. I would have to blow it up and take a look, but it awakens my curiosity and awakens my interest. And so, as we've discussed before, I think what art is very subjective. It's up to each one of us to either like something or not like it, and we have reasons for not liking it or liking it. So, and here we have Wonderworld. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but this is rather a different image. I will say that. It doesn't look like good things are happening here. It looks like something really bad happened here. So, oh well. But, that's typical, I think, of a lot of Renaissance art and art in that period. It was very conflicted, and some of it was depicting things that people really didn't want to acknowledge. And so, we go from, this, which in some ways, is beauty because it definitely is art, but it also is not beauty. It reflects an ugliness that exists in the world, perhaps. So, but that's really what art is meant to do, right? It's meant to awaken us to what's going on and expose us to the minds of people that perhaps see things that we don't, or see things differently. And so let's go and see who this is here. Muriel. And these are interesting, rather lovely, with the little birds in the snow. Great contrasts here. And another one, very Japanese looking art, Japanese style, traditional style. Yeah, definitely. Beautiful work. So very different. Let's see who's next here. Beholders AI, and this is may your dreams take you to enchanting places with fantastical beings and timeless tales waiting to be told. Well, that's actually fantastical. I cut off the T or the F and it looked like a T. It's getting late. Yeah, this is pretty. So, little fairy in the woods and the translucent wings, and definitely. Heather Cooper, good morning. I like this a lot because we have the black and white, and then we have the contrast of the blue surfboard, and so very, very nice job on this. Mayor King AI celebrating 9,000 followers. Well, congratulations. I think people do want followers. It makes them feel satisfied perhaps about their work, and people like it. But ultimately, it's really all about whether you like it, your own work yourself, and whether you're happy with that work yourself as well. So, well, not as well. I think more so than followers and likes and stuff like that. One has to be happy with oneself in life in general. And so we have Seattle Driver, the famous Sasquatch artist who has done some amazing renditions of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever it's called. And here we have another one playing a banjo. So interesting art. Definitely. As they say, there are more things in heaven and earth than man has dreamt of. I think that was the saying from Shakespeare. And who knows? These creatures possibly do exist. And talking about creatures, here we have Oddmore. And Oddmore always comes up with these amazing characters where the skin textures are just, really amazing. All the textures amazing. If you look at the basket weave and the teeth and the eyes, and it's just very, very imaginative. And he has a definite style that if I saw his images, I would know who did them. And I always look forward to seeing what strange little beings are going to be coming up next. Let's go on. Okay, not going to deal with that. Let's see, Patricia. So Patricia is doing something that's really nice that the community here on X does do occasionally, is show prompts. And let's take a look at this one. Let's see. Using the modify feature in Midjourney, so really not sharing a prompt, just sharing how to do something. But the results are pretty cool. This is something that when I was doing black and white photography, simply because there wasn't color photography, we could get a effect like this by painting and staining and various other things. And I've always, loved adding spot color to black and white images. And all of these images are really just absolutely amazing because that spot color just grabs the eye and it creates such a contrast between the actual image and the spot color. So good job there. Oh, Rosmal, we have another set of images here and talking about spot color. And one of the things about spot color is it can also be used to create effects. And in this case, we have a horror effect going. I think that's the theme here. Someone in black and white, and even the face here is very pale, although there is some, well, I was going to say reddish color in the hair, but looking at the surroundings, one wonders if that's blood or not. Anyway, appropriate for Halloween, and this is very cool. So, we have here pretty much what I was talking about. We have a black and white background, and the background is nicely out of focus, so good use of depth of field. And then the subject here really stands out because of this reddish shirt, and nice work. So tonight I am trying to do this stream at a lesser bit rate, so I don't know if it's made any difference or if it's made things worse or whatever. It doesn't seem to have made any difference in terms of my stats measuring the bandwidth throughput. It seems to struggle one way or the other on the platform known as X. And so I wonder if this was a contest. It's sort of interesting that we've seen a whole bunch. And let's go to the artist first. Fernland Graphic Crafts and Graphics. Oops. Back there again. So yeah, I mean, we've been talking about the spot color in black and white images, and this is, another example, although this one reminds me of color infrared, where one tended to get those dramatic colors with trees, particularly with black and white infrared. The trees were white and ghostly, and so this could even be a black and white infrared picture that's been colored. And here again, this is beautiful, great depth of field in the background. We have this woman, the textures on the dress, but more importantly is just, the color. It's been colorized and it stands out, and one's eye immediately goes to the color. So just really cool. Love seeing this type of work. Nice job. And we'll skip the chiropractic ad and we'll go to Sammy. And this is an interesting image. It seems like a filmmaker perhaps struggling to finish the recent runway contest. I'm so pleased I didn't enter that. I didn't really need any additional stress to be working under more deadlines. So I have seen a couple of entries and they look really amazing, and I look forward to seeing more. I think it's really a amazing thing that so many people have entered, and we're just going to see some great examples of AI video, and I look forward to it. Not that we haven't seen great examples of AI video, and we'll go on a little bit more. Maybe we'll come across one or two. Well, again, I really wonder if there was an image jam or some sort of contest going on here. And let's see who this is. Carl. Because again, we have this, this spot color thing going with the, almost monochromatic subject here. There is some color in the skin, but the color really is what pulls one to the image. And same thing here. These reds are very, very strong. Very, very nice use of colors and contrasts. And again, yeah, just really beautiful. The red really makes this image, and the depth too. You know, if you look at it, that room actually, or chamber, whatever you want to call it, has depth to it. And this is very cool too. Looks like it was possibly panned out a little bit and worked out really well, or created as a horizontal image in this aspect ratio, but you know, it almost reminds me of some of Banksy's street art. And that's an interesting story. It sounds like Banksy at this point might be a bunch of people rather than one person, but that's just speculation and rumor, of course, we'll see. But this is very, very nice. And let's go to one more here. We'll take a look at Renegade Hook. And again, I hope that was pronounced correctly. And this was done on Stable Diffusion XL, which is interesting. You know, we see so many different applications and platforms and techniques used here on X, and it is always interesting when one knows how the image was done, because we're getting to a point that it's very, very difficult to identify which image generation platform was used. You know, not long ago it was very obvious that this was Midjourney or this was Stable Diffusion, but not so much anymore. So nice job. We have this little jar here with a tree, perhaps protecting it from the coming winter. Anime. Another interesting black and white picture, and we can see the footprints here giving the image flow, and then the woman is slightly out of focus, and the foreground is also slightly out of focus. So someone heading off into who knows. And some paper cut art. This is very pretty too. So let's go ahead and end there. That's I think, the extent of what I'm going to do today. Basically, for those of you that haven't heard this before, I come onto X a number of times a day, and during one of those times, I'm just going to share some of the images, some of the wonderful images and art that I see here on X, and there's no preference given to anyone other than that's the next artist in my feed, and I'll continue to do these every day, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your Monday evening and a great Tuesday. So cheers. Thank you for watching.